Good afternoon everyone, welcome to this latest episode of the Burnley FIFA 16 career mode, and it's Burnley against Hull City at the KC Stadium, which is our main feature of the video. And this is the scene now. We're in the last 6 games of the season. We're 20 points ahead now. We win against this game, win against Hull, who are in a playoff spot at the moment. So we could do teams here like QPR and Hull and Derby, QPR and Derby a favour here, and Fulham and Reading a favour if we beat Hull today, and Cardiff City, of course. But it's so tight in there. The second automatic spot race is tight. Then for the last 3 playoff places, there are scrambles there. Any one of sort of 9 or 10 teams could end up in those end of the season, in that end of season lottery. Hull City are one of those teams, and we're up against them at the KC Stadium. We're up against them at the KC Stadium this afternoon. So let's get over there to East Yorkshire, where I'm ready and waiting to bring you the team news and all. Good afternoon and welcome to the KC Stadium, where Burnley, who were relegated here last season despite winning against the Tigers, could now conceivably win promotion potentially today. And you think about it now, they've led the league for so long now. They're 20 points ahead of second place, win against Hull, and surely promotion is sealed here on the ground where they got relegated last year despite winning against Hull. And it won't be an easy ride, because Hull are at the moment sitting in that final playoff spot. They're in 6th place at the moment, and this is their lineup. McGregor, it's in goal for them, and Luco and Hernandez are the 2 forwards. Diarmi, Livermore and Myler, a good midfield trio, rather. Davis, Rodriguez and Bruce are the 3 centre-backs. So a look at the Clarets lineup. Again, it picks itself at the moment. Keown and Smith, the 2 centre-halves. It's 4-4-2 again. Gale and Gray keep their places. Grealish, Hughes, Barton and Boyd. Another quality midfield quartet to watch out for. George Boyd, in fact, back on his old stamping ground of the KC Stadium. So we're all set to go here in East Yorkshire on Humberside. And what a game. This could well be a victory for either one of these sides. Would really give their promotion aspirations no harm, as Austin Bailiff is the referee. We're all set to go then. A win for Burnley and promotion is all but sealed. A win for Hull would strengthen their playoff push. So away we go then at the KC Stadium, and this really is a real opportunity for one of these 2 teams to really do something here today. Here's Dwight Gale for the Clarets. Early shot coming in, and it's wide of the target. Now this is going to be pressure on both sides, of course. So this is the best KC Stadium, and it's a wonderful ground, and it's a Premier League stadium, there's no doubt about it. It's a stadium that certainly deserves Premier League football. Great ground as well. And here is Jordan Ibe. I've got a message coming in on my stream. I do have watchers following me on the stream. I roll out here as I make these videos, and Dwight Gale shoots there. I will catch up with the person who's wrote in Katana 1988. I will catch up with you at half time when I'm off air, when I've stopped recording, and I'll have a little chat during the half time interval. Anyway, back to the game. 10 minutes of the game gone, and it's 0-0. Here's Grealish with the corner. Hughes is in there, the ball's loose, and the Army knocks it away. Jordan Ibe will win the next ball. Finds Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith, good effort, but it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. So a marvellous atmosphere around this ground. Burnley, of course, were relegated from the Premier League last season. On the day they won here in the Premiership, now they could actually be going back to the Premier League on this very same ground. Hughes. Barton. Gale. Derby strengthening their playoff claim against Cardiff, and they could conceivably end up back in the top 6 if Burnley can get a result here today. Here's Loughton, the former Villa man and Sheffield United man as well, but this shot was straight into the arms of Alan McGregor. Abel Hernandez with a header. Diarmi to Livermore. Livermore, who's been through some tough times recently. Andrew Robertson, the former Dundee United defender, was charged down, and here's Hughes. Barton. And it goes to Gray. To wait in the middle. Barton is one. Gale is quite another one. Ooh, that was close. And Hull have a difficult away trip, of course, to the Craven Cottage next up against Kit Simon's Fulham. And they won't be worrying too much about that now, because they've got certainly the best part of 60 minutes of this game to still to play, and they've been given an opportunity here, Luco, but couldn't find Myler. Grealish was shrewd enough to hold him off. Joey Barton. Lovely ball, and into the path of Gray. He's got Gale waiting in the middle. He's trying to find Dwight Gale, but it wasn't meant to be, and Hal Mohammadi gets it away. I'm Scotland Hesher, deflected off Myler into the path of Joey Barton, however. And here's George Boyd back on his old stomping ground. Would love to do something here against his old club, but he can't do. Wolves now winning against MK Dons. Carl Henry with the goal there, and it's 1-0 at the Stadium NK to the Wolves. Not a good day for Carl Robinson's men at the moment. 0-0 here at KC Stadium in what surely must be the game of the afternoon. And here's Joey Barton. Barton, goal! But Burnley could be the one that sends them back into the Premier League. Joey Barton, who's been an absolute colossus in that Burnley midfield along with Will Hughes this season, had just scored a magnificent goal. He signed a 2-year extension not a few weeks ago. Well, he's just justified his new contract in the greatest of styles, fending off Alex Bruce and finishing with a finish that a seasoned striker would have been proud of. Burnley have the lead. It's his 9th for the season, but he brings more to his game than just goals, Joey Barton, from midfield. He shows that calming influence in that centre of midfield. However people might think of him on the outside in his past misdemeanours, what you can't criticise him for his ability as a midfield player on a football field. And there lies the case in point, as Hull City, who started the day 6th place, now find themselves so far out of the playoffs. Luco, good tackle by Keogh. And then teams up with Hyde, who's another former Derby County teammate of Keogh and Hughes. So he knows how their games work pretty well. Here's Gray. Andre Gray, good save by McGregor. And Burnley could have had an even bigger margin there going into half-time. McGregor saw it well. He dived a bit late, but he got away with it. Let's be fair. Corner to be taken by Boyd. Here it comes. Header one. I think it's another corner. So we're going to have another. In fact, it's half-time, and it's Burnley lead at half-time as we look at the montage of that first half. The goal coming from Joey Barton gives them the lead, and that's how it is at the KC Stadium. Hold on. Well, welcome back to the KC, and the second half is away. And no changes from either side, and Burnley now on the cusp of possible promotion now today. They started the day 20 points ahead of Middlesbrough in second place. Here's a Luco now. There's a chance now for Liverpool. Good block by Loughton. Threw himself in the path of the shot there, because Liverpool hit that so well. But here's Davis. Robertson. Good tackle from Dwight Gale. Used his considerable amount of pace and saved the situation there for Burnley. Here's Keogh. Grealish. It's a lovely ball, but Miguel cuts it out. Miguel, who made his debut at Turf Moor. Joey Barton, the goal scorer here in this crucial game for both sides. Burnley win, they're all but promoted. For Hull, when they're still in the playoff, they're still in the playoff places. At the moment they're out because they're losing. And here comes Dwight Gale now. You can't get away from Miguel. Bruce, Miguel, Diarmi, Myler. Hull having a little bit of the ball at the moment. Diarmi continues his run. Good football this from Hull. Trying to tease Burnley here. The goalkeeper having this punch, and he did well. And he found George Boyd with the fist. Here's Joey Barton again, the goal scorer. That looked a foul on Barton. And the referee sees it that way, and Burnley can just regroup a little bit and get their breath back. They play Birmingham City next week at Turf Moor, and that will be in our next video. That's our next featured game, as Birmingham are the bottom side and look like they're going to be in League One next season. And it's a sad side of affairs when a team like Birmingham is almost being relegated to the extent as we see a Hull City change take place. Free kick to the Clarets. Keogh to take it. Sean Maloney, who scored in the match at Turf Moor in losing cause in the end, be replacing David Myler as Barton comes charging forward again and almost gets his second. Well, he's having plenty to say for himself here, Joey Barton, in this match, in more ways than one. He is the calming influence. He is the man who's the experienced campaigner in that Burnley midfield. He's been there, seen it, done it, won promotion twice with QPR and Newcastle before on this division, and he knows what it takes. Here's Will Hughes, who's showing what it can take in terms of goal scoring effort, and it's done it again, and both Burnley midfielders have scored, and then could be the goals that send Burnley back to the Premier League now. 2,500 Clarets going ballistic here, and Will Hughes with a perfectly placed side-footed shot with his left foot has beaten Alan McGregor, and Burnley now are staring the Premier League well and truly in the face now. 2-0. Goal 13 for Hughes, and it comes with 20 minutes to go. What about it? Well, it was a must-win game for both sides, but it's Burnley are sneaking towards the victory now. Maloney, Diarmi, Middlesbrough winning at Leeds. Here's a chance, and it was Sonny Aluko. What a missed opportunity that was. So the gap between Burnley and Middlesbrough has still remained 20 points. Keogh, oh, and that could be a goal for Hull. Oh, what a miss! What a miss from El Mohammadi. The goal was yawning. Burnley had got themselves in a tangle. The ball was knocked what you think on a plate for El Mohammadi, and all you had to do was hit the target and he'd scored. But he missed, and that just typifies Hull City's afternoon, but they've given it away again, Burnley, from defence. It's Curtis Davis, and he's missed two. But they've had 3 good opportunities hold now since the Burnley second goal, and have failed to take any of them. The worst miss being El Mohammadi's. Snodgrass and Demande come on. And Anders is one of the players being taken off by Steve Bruce. Well, Burnley can now almost taste the promised land. Al Mohammadi, who missed that glaring chance a second or two ago, replaced by Snodgrass. And of course Hernandez was the other player that was withdrawn. Hughes, give it away. Luko couldn't really make it profit from it. Grealish now on the break. Here's Barton. And Bruce, Alex Bruce rather. The manager's son doing terrifically well there for Hull. But here's a Luko. It's looked threatening. He's hit side netted. And I make that 4 magnificent chances since that second goal for Hull City. But I've not taken any of the chances at all this afternoon. Which must be a worry for Steve Bruce as his team tries to stay in the playoff picture. They're out of the playoffs as things stand at the moment. Heaton to Keogh. And Burnley can have a little bit of breathing space, but not for too long though. Oh, that's a poor ball. It's an absolutely poor ball. As we look again at the panoramic view of this beautiful new arena that's been up now for about some 12 years. Remember Hull City in the bad old days of Division 3, the old Division 3, what we call League 2, it's playing in front of crowds of about 2,500 at their old decrepitated Boothbury Park ground. Here's Joey Barton though. This would put the seal on it. Good save, surely this time. No. Grealish might finish it. He has! 3-0. And Burnley are all now but promoted. Jack Grealish has been in a rich vein of scoring form in these last few weeks. Well, he's just made it absolutely safe now. And all those missed chances that Hull had when it was still 2-0, well, it's come back to haunt them in the biggest of ways. Jack Grealish settles it now. Hull City 0, Burnley 3. Game, set, match and possibly promotion for the Clarets now. Jack Grealish, what a moment for him. 6th goal of the season. And what a signing he's proved to be. And this very good, mostly young Burnley team are now heading back towards the promised land of land and honey. And the cash cow, that is the Barclays Premier League. Jordan Ibe. And it goes for glory. Good save by McGregor. And that's it. Burnley have done it again. They're surely all but promoted now. They remain 20 points ahead of second place Middlesbrough. And surely the league title is all but theirs now. Winners today by 3-0. The scorers Barton, Hughes and Jack Grealish in the end. And Burnley now are surely promoted, all but promoted back to the Barclays Premier League on the ground where they were relegated 12 months ago. Final score then at the KC Stadium, Hull City 0, Burnley 3. Well, that win against Hull, as you've just seen there, confirms everything that we've been wanting to know about for years, for the last few months. Burnley win promotion and also claim the championship title as well into the bargain. And it means they go into the next game against Birmingham with the pressure well and truly off. And what a match that's going to be now as the pressure is off and they can show and enjoy their football that little bit more now. So fantastic achievement. So Burnley, back, who got relegated at the KC Stadium last season, are back there this season and have claimed promotion. They can't be caught by Middlesbrough. 20 points now and 6 games to go. There's 18 points to play for. There's the gap, as I said, between first and second is a massive 20 points. Now it's all about getting towards that magical 3 figures. Can we do it in style? We've got 6 games to go, and the next game will feature, and the next video is a home match with Birmingham. Can we go to 98 points with a win against Gary Rowett's men, who at the moment are 8 points adrift of Leeds United and running seriously out of games. Let's have a look at what's been happening in the top flight, because obviously Burnley are back there for next season. So let's just see what's been happening in the top flight, and obviously Leagues 1 and 2. We all know about the Championship, of course. Here we go. City are topped by Liverpool. That title race is going to go all the way to the wire. There's 4 games to go, by the way. As for Bournemouth, they're all but relegated. Leicester and Palace make up the bottom 3. Norwich and Sunderland are still in with a fighting chance of getting out, staying out of it. Sunderland really struggling, but I think well, the bottom 2 relegations places, you're looking at Norwich down there. 4 clubs fighting over 2 places in the bottom 3. The rest of them I'm sure will be fine. I think Norwich will do enough. Watford I think have done more than enough. They're going to get 40 points for sure now. They're on 39, and usually 40 points is always enough to stay in a division. As for League 1, not as clear cut as the Premier League. They've all played 42 games incidentally. Any 2 from 3 could go up there between Millwall, Wigan, Sheffield United and Millwall. Wigan and Sheffield United have those top 2 places. The playoffs at the moment include Millwall, Bradford, Coventry and Doncaster. And Colchester could still sneak in there. Also potentially with an outside chance. I think it might be too much too late for Dean Smith's men. As for the bottom 4, it's a sorry day. At the moment it's looking like where they're going along with Crewe. Then you've got several teams and possibly Swindon downwards that are fighting over the other relegation places. Scunthorpe and Gillingham occupy them places, and then just above them are Rochdale, Blackpool and Swindon. Port Vale's still not outdoors yet. Oldham will have done enough to survive, and Burton and Southend should be okay as well. League 2, John Stell's Luton more or less champions, 100 points. I can't see them now being caught. Portsmouth in 2nd place, they're more or less up there as well. Top 3 go up, by the way, in League 2, so both Luton and Portsmouth are both promoted. Notts County could still join a further 6 points ahead of Northampton, who hold the first, who along with Leyton Orient, Bristol Rovers and Yeovil are all in the playoffs. Exeter and Wimbledon have an outside chance, and Wickham have outside chances of staying, getting into those playoffs and crashing the playoffs. And at the other end of the table, poor old John Coleman and Accrington, bottom of the table on goal difference at the moment, but could try and climb up the table. Morecambe, well, I think they'll do enough to stay away from that bottom end, right at the bottom there. It's amazing what jobs Jim Bentley and the likes of Jim Bentley do as regards all that, but there you go. But there we are. Our next video will include the Birmingham City match where we can celebrate promotion. Burnley. But we sign off the video today with the good news that Burnley have won promotion back to the Premier League at the first time of asking, and into the bargain become Championship champions. It's been a great season, and now it's going to be enjoyed now for the next 6 games. From all of us at the KC, take care, goodbye.